Greetings everyone, my name is Nigel Mayo and I welcome you to my channel Salad Green Boy. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm not going to be showing you what has been causing my anxiety, more rather what has actually been helping it. This is the beginning of a short series of videos about my relationship with my rabbit and how he's really helped me. Before I get started, I just need to take care of some business. Though I do work in the NHS, I have had absolutely no medical training. Well, I suppose CPR, I guess. Everything that I'm going to be raising in these videos come from my own personal experience with my anxiety and my depression only. If you are having issues with your mental health, I really do suggest that you get in contact with a healthcare professional, someone who deals with mental health. I would also be really eternally grateful that if by the end of this video you consider liking it, subscribing to my channel and hitting that notification bell. That way you can keep up with the latest content. It really does help your favourite YouTubers beat the algorithm and grow as a channel. Now, with all that being said, let's begin, shall we? This, everyone, is Ghost. No, hang on a minute, let me get a better picture. Ah, there you go. Here we go, here's the handsome little guy. He's nearly 2 years old now, and he's coming up to his second Christmas. Ghost is a breed of rabbit called Lionhead. No, that doesn't mean that he's some kind of deranged love child between a lion and a rabbit. It just means that he has a really big mane around his face that makes him look like a lion. That's it. Unfortunately, this also means that he doesn't roar like a lion either. Except for maybe when he yawns, like this. But unfortunately no noise comes out. Well, I suppose that's a good thing in a way. Otherwise I'd never get any sleep. Here's also the reason why I'm still around to make this video. Ghost was born in March 2019. And the circumstances of me adopting him were the fact that his mother couldn't take care of the litter. In fact, the whole litter died, apart from Ghost. And the owner was that distraught by what happened that she really didn't want anything to happen to Ghost. Wanted to make sure that someone's there to take care of him and didn't want to risk, well, you know. Luckily, I was on my way over to hers. We were going to start watching Game of Thrones last season. Yeah. Look how that turned out. More about that in another video. So, yeah, Ghost was named after the direwolf in there. We watched the episode, and my friend brought Ghost down to me, and instantly I just fell in love with him. I put him on my shoulder, started stroking him, and I just couldn't let him go. In fact, when I needed to get up to get anything like a drink, even go to the toilet, yeah, honestly, I did. I had him on my shoulder just like some kind of weird parrot rabbit. The weird thing today is he really doesn't like being picked up. I don't know when exactly that happened. I guess it probably happened around the first time I took him to a vet, because I had to pick him up and get him into a container, his pet carrier, and take him to the vet. He really didn't like it. It was okay once he was in, and he was golden when he was at the vets. Didn't make a fuss or anything. But I guess after that first experience, he was very hesitant because it could mean that he was put in that pet carrier again, which I really don't think he likes. Anyway, I digress. So, as I said, I just instantly fell in love with him, and I knew that he was mine. I named him after the direwolf in Game of Thrones, and he really just seemed to suit him. So I was given some hay, and I was given some kitten milk, and then I set off on my way to Birmingham from Cannock. It took me about a couple of hours to get home, and I was carrying him in nothing bigger than a shoebox. Seriously, this was him on day one in that shoebox. How could I say no to that? Seriously. Oh, and by the way, he's come out to show himself, so forgive the mess, but here he is. There you go. Isn't he just... well, he's bigger than he was when I got him. He was only 5 weeks old when I had him. Here we go. That's better. Right, where was I? Oh yeah, so early on I did say that Ghost saved me, and that was because at that point in my life I was actually okay, it's only a couple of years ago, but a lot has happened since then. And at the point that I had him, I was pretty much, I really did feel like I was rock bottom. My finances were so bad that I went after some loan sharks, and yeah, that was my first mistake, never again. And it got to the point where I was repaying them back, multiple ones by the way, and after over £1,000 in my monthly paycheck, I think I had about 150 left. That's at the start of the month to last 30 days. £150. I'm guessing people will get more of that on unemployment. Things were really dark for me when I had Ghost. Okay, I think it was the month before that I started on a debt management scheme, so I could actually have more every month, but I'd be paying that off a smaller payment every single month. And by the way, I haven't long ago just got over that, so out of debt now, I think. I think it was actually that first payday that I actually had Ghost. Now the thing is, especially when you suffer from panic attacks and things like that, and when you're in a really bad place, even though you are starting to get things back on track, it is still very, very, very difficult to get out of that rut. Ghost helped me with that. Honestly, just before I had him, I really was at that dark place of, sorry to say it, but I was pretty much wanting to end it. And I just need to say this to anyone who's watching this who I know personally, and all of those people that I work with, my bosses and everyone else. That was 2 years ago, and just so you know, I've not even gone close to having those thoughts ever since. Really. I've had my panic attacks, I've had my anxiety issues, but as far as that's concerned, just to let you know, don't need to worry about that, okay? Okay. All I'm trying to do here is to show you how important Ghost is to me, and how much he really does mean to me. So like when you see me take a lot of pictures, or if I'm taking him out to the park and stuff and you think, hang on, that's a bit weird, that's me being with him and bonding with him. And it may seem silly, but trust me, it all really does help. It really, really does. So anyway, going back, yeah, the dark place. So at the time I had Ghost, very dark, and I just felt that it was just all too easy to fall in that kind of routine again, and just to get into that mindset. And when I had him, that changed that. Now, I don't want to speak on behalf of any parents out there, because I don't have any biological kids of my own that I know of. Giggity. But what I will say is, when you have a baby, pet, whatever, and in my case, this is the first animal I've ever had to take care of by myself, without any family, anyone around me. If you can hear any banging at the moment, that's fireworks still outside, and it's not bonfire night anymore. So when you find yourself in that situation where you have a life that is 100% dependent on your ability to keep it alive, it changes things. I mean, really, really, really changes things. I really do mean that. How many times can I say really? But look, I'm not saying that I got sober overnight and have never touched a drink again, and I'm not saying my whole world revolves around Ghost. Even though I do need still to take care of him, it just made me reevaluate a few things. Like, there might have been once or twice that I can't remember, but in general, I haven't gone out drinking and gone out to absolutely get paralytic and get absolutely wasted. When I feel that I need to go home, I go home. Or I don't stay over anyone's house anymore or anything, and I just go home and make sure that Ghost is okay before I go to bed. And the thing is, in doing this, that I have someone or something else there to take care of. One of the big things it has done for me is, let's just put it this way, my mind wasn't 100% completely on work all the time, because one of the things that does happen is that every single thing that happens at work, you take home with you. Okay, that still is the case to a point now, but not so much that I can't just, okay, hi Ghost, hey baby, give him some food, and then I can just pet him for a bit, and I can just relax with him. Whereas before, get home, and it was literally just stress, and every single little thing, everything that was said to me, regardless of whether it meant to be harsh or not, everything comes back with you. And anyone who lives alone and goes to work, unless you're in the kind of place that you're happy with yourself and really don't need to think about that kind of stuff, if you have any kind of anxiety, trust me, it stays with you. And what happens is, when you go back to work and you're already still stressed when you come to work, and it niggles at you and people can see it, some people might say, yeah, you need to stop bringing your home stuff to work with you. You need to make sure that work and home is separate, and that's it. But it really isn't it. It just isn't. All the stress is at work. It's just the fact that you can't help but take it home, because there is no one and nothing else there to take your mind off it. So yeah, that is one of the big things that Ghost has done for me. It doesn't have to be Rabbit, it can be any pet or any person. But like, yeah. Oh, just disclaimer, I did mention my wife before. She's American, she lives in America, and we're fighting to be together. So yeah, I am alone in my place. And at the time that I had Ghost, I was in a flat share where I didn't really speak to anyone. They kind of grunted at me in passing, but I didn't really know anyone at all, really. So I may as well just be living by myself. So yeah, as I said, never will it be the case again where I finish work, then I either go straight to the pub, or I just get home, start watching TV, play the Xbox or something, and that's it, no responsibility. I'm gonna, well, not just going to, I already have started. Taking care of my place, make sure it's clean, tidy. Anything that is out, I put back at the end of the day, I don't just throw things anywhere. And I make it a nice, homely, safe environment for Ghost. And the thing is, in taking care of him, he has taught me to take care of myself.